Hey guys, welcome to your first 30 days kickoff and action plan webinar series. This series was really, I think, much needed and has been talked about for a while, and now we finally have it. And let me explain a little bit about what it is. What we want to do is provide you, outside of what you do with a mentor or senior partner, other resources so that as you grow your business and as you have new partners coming in and as you may be new yourself, you have access to learn how to set up your business quick. You have the ability to duplicate it because anyone can go through these video steps together. You can do it with your senior partner, and I advise you to do that with each other. And then within your first week or two, everything's up and running, and now we're actually going to build the 2 to 3 year plan, or what we like to say now is a 12 to 18 month plan. You can build this business so much faster because of all the new things we have that we never had over the last 23 years. You're in one of the most fortunate times to build a shop.com business with Shop Local here, with everything else that we can get paid and the shopping annuity. It takes 1/4 of the people and 1/4 of the time. So congratulations, welcome, and let me kick this off for you. So here's what this introduction action plan series is. There's 5 steps you're going to be taken through, and this video, along with the other 4, are going to walk you through each step. Ideally, you want to try to get through this in week 1. If you have to extend it over 2 weeks, that is fine. But this is kind of the setup, the follow-up, putting everything in order so that you can actually start building this business. So this is going to take you through, okay, I just launched on join.unfranchise.com and my business partner said they linked me in the system. So now what? We're going to take you through what you should do and how to set up your business. Then once you're done with this, you'll go through number 2, and that's writing out and identifying your reason why and how we actually do an action plan, a goal statement, so you can wrap your head around the logic of how to go from 0 to $3,600 a week. Third video is going to help you identify your top 20 contacts and begin to expand a network. We all have to start somewhere, and the great partners that you're going to have in your business, you may not know them yet. So there's a process of moving through networks and expanding networks so that you're talking with hundreds of thousands of people, and we're looking for the right ones. And that's all it takes in this business. A few great people is all you need for this to be successful. Number 4, this is a must for me, is social media techniques using Facebook. Facebook is as essential in business today as cell phones. You know, it's very hard to build without the technology. So Facebook, you need to now look at as a business tool, how to use it the right ways, avoid the wrong ways. And there's a training already set up for you to take advantage of. So make sure you watch that training. That's going to be on a Meet On session. You'll see the link for that in step 4. And then step 5 is learning how to convert spending into earning. And that's simply by viewing the shopping annuity presentation and assessment. That's all about how to take the expenses you have today and turn it into profits, okay? So let's kick this off. Once you're done with these 5 steps, which is why I really kind of want you to do them as fast as you have time to do it at your own pace, but relatively quickly, then we move into the daily, weekly, monthly steps. There's a separate tab for that. You'll do this with a mentor. And the whole premise of this business is we're building long term. We're building a residual income machine. So you can't think short term. You got to think long term. And it's a staircase. Little things you do today equal big steps over every week, equal huge steps at the end of every month. And that's how we build annually. Okay. So think small steps every day. You're going to learn the steps that, if followed with your team, will help you achieve what we call the 12 to 18 month plan, earning over $4,500 monthly within 12 to 18 months. Following that consistently over the next 24 to 36 months will then bring you to over 100,000. If that's ultimately what you decide to do, that's the path we want to help you run on. And hopefully that sounds good for you. It sounds good for me. Learn how to find the right partners and leverage social media is going to be taught. Learn how to identify trainings and build event to event. I can't stress this enough. This business is a team building business, and the only way we can help build a profitable, stable team for everyone included is if you attend trainings. Trainings are in your area. You may have to travel a little bit to them, but it's not a lot to ask for the type of money that we're going to be able to generate. So please remember this as you're going through this. You either have a ticket to a training and therefore you're building properly, or if you don't have a ticket, then you got things backwards. You got to have a ticket in hand, knowing where you're building to, okay, in order to make this work the correct way. So please reach out to your mentor and say, when's my next training? How do I get a ticket to this thing? I'm on board. And that apparently is something I have to do, and they'll help you get a ticket to the next event. And lastly, learn how to maximize the highest profits for all the dollars spent will be covered outside of these first 5 action plans. So that's why get through these steps and let's go build some some income, and let's build your residual income machine. So again, remember, this business is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Don't expect to go, hog wild right out of the gate. Tell everyone you know about this and puke it on social media. And what if you do that too strong? You come on too fast. It's no different than a relationship. You come on so strong, you're going to turn a lot of people off, and a lot of people will be annoyed, right? Just like if you found someone that you look at and you go, wow, that person's beautiful, and then you just slam them with marriage proposals, right? They're going to say, hey, you're kind of creepy, and run away. So we have to take this as a marathon approach. Little steps, starting with us leading and then spreading the word and learning the correct techniques is going to help you win the long run. Don't try to come out of the gate exploding, right? Do the daily, weekly, monthly steps as you go through. So don't expect this to go crazy your first month. Your first month is you getting your head around planning your technology and the steps you have to do, and then we're going to help you get really, really great like a professional on those steps so you can take this business to whatever income you want. Keep your eye on the long-term prize. That is ongoing residual income that lasts generations. That's our end goal, okay? So let's get your business set up. You have already gone through join.unfranchise.com. The person who launched you then needs to link you in the system. So ask if that's something they haven't done. They have to link you in the system, and you should receive several emails that give you the access now to go into your unfranchise, okay? So there's a temporary password in there. You go to unfranchise, use your email that you registered with, and enter in your temporary password, and that'll get you in. And then the last thing as we go through this, you'll also download Shop Buddy. So let's take you through these steps. So once you're logged into your back office, it's going to ask you to change a password. If that is not obvious, if it doesn't pop up, you go to My Account settings, and then change password. You update your password in there. All right. And once you've done that, now what I want you to do is log out and log back in with the new password. A, we want to make sure it works. And B, that should prompt what we call the wizard. It's going to help you set up your entire business. Okay. So I'm going to show you what it looks like to do that with the wizard, and I'm going to show you what it looks like if you don't use a wizard. So for whatever reason you log in and skip the steps, the wizard doesn't repopulate. So I'm going to show you what it looks like to manually set this up if that's something you need to do, or update anything after you've successfully launched your back office, okay? All right, so let's go through this. Once you log back in, the first thing that should pop up is annual renewal options. We have to renew our business every year, and in order to set the rest of the business up, you have to opt in. This is something you can change and edit as you go through, but you want to click opt in at the bottom there, okay? And then you're going to have to assign a credit card. You have the one that you registered your business with, or debit card. And what you want to do is select that little box that says auto renewal 1. All right. The reason why they have number 2s and things like that is because you can put multiple cards on here. It's always a good idea, just in case you forget or something expires, it's going to go to the next one. By the way, make sure everyone opts in. They can change their mind. They can, do different things, but you'll never remember, as the year progresses, about your annual renewal. It's something you do once a year. And if you ever forget and the next year rolls around and you have a great business, if you don't renew, what they do is they'll lock your back office, and then you actually have to send in paperwork, and you can get it back open, but it's a process. It's going to take you a week or two to do that. So much easier just to have it automated. They even give you a reminder before it's due. So just make sure everyone does this right out of the gate. You don't forget to do it, and they can manage it over the year and update credit cards and things like that. So once you're done with that, here is the wizard. It says, welcome to your unfranchised business. And it's going to take you through a series of steps that we'll do right now. So you can do this right alongside this video. All right. So the first step is email. It's going to ask you to validate your email. You can update your email at any point, but it's going to make sure that email is actually working and functional, because the company does send you communications within that email. Very simple step. The next step is going to ask you to select your shop.com/name. So what you need to do is enter in some basic name that you want to use, and that's how you're going to get to your site. That's also the address you're going to send to your partners, okay? So very simple is you type in your name after the /, whatever name you want. You can use your first and last name. You can try your last name. If the name is taken, then it will tell you to update it with a different name. You can use initials, but be creative, but keep it simple and keep it short. Once you do that, you click continue. It says you successfully registered your business. You're good to go. All right, and now you're going to subscribe to the blog. It's simply going to give you one of those security passcodes to enter in. Once you do that, now you're linked to the company blog. The blog is really important because that is a lot of tips and tools and new releases that the company puts out. So it's a lot of information relevant to unfranchised owners. Okay, so very simple. Next step is setting up your direct deposit. This is important. This is how you get paid. So make sure you take the time to fill out your bank account, routing number, account number. Once you're eligible to receive commissions, that means you have two partners, one on the left and one on the right, and you're going through the pay cycle. Once you hit the pay thresholds, that's when they release checks and they notify you, say, congratulations, you've earned 300, 1,500, whatever you earned, and it's going to be direct deposited within 1 to 3 business days. This is where it's updated. This is where it's going to go. So make sure you put that information in. And then it's going to tell you to download Shop Buddy. That's the app that's going to track all your cash back, all your spending, whether you go through shop.com or go directly to the store. All right, so hopefully that's fairly easy. Once you get to the end of that, it'll give you a few follow-up steps, different things that you may want to look through. One of the things I would tell you to do is definitely go for the black shop.com business cards, because you actually get BV every time, not only when you get the card and when you spend your first, I believe it's $500, they give you a lump sum of BV just for doing that, but then you get 1% BV on every purchase you ever make. So think about anything that you have auto debited, bills you have, all of that, anything related to a credit card, you switch over to this card, and now you get free BV. It just shows up. It's no different than what you're doing already. We're just using a different method so that it can generate trackable volume. So that's a great thing to do, and it just adds a little bit more to the fire, as you build your residual income, just using this card instead. All right, so very simple. Now, for whatever reason, if you skipped those steps and the wizard doesn't pop up, that's what happens if you don't actually go through the wizard the first time or you don't do your annual renewal. The wizard doesn't pop up, okay? Or maybe you need to update some of the things I just showed you. I'm going to show you how to do this manual. So if you want to walk through this with someone who, hey, I logged in and I didn't see the wizard, here is it step by step. So we're going to do the same thing. So change password. That's under my account settings, and then you click change password, just like we showed in the first half, okay? So if you ever want to update it, you can do it there. If you ever need to access your shop.com site or set it up for the first time, you go to my account, my services, and website admin. That's going to bring you to where it should say create for the first time with shop.com. That's where you can set that up, select your shop.com name, save it. And this is also coincidentally, once you do that, all your other websites will populate here. We actually get more than just shop.com, as you can see. We have several websites. And as you build your business, you're going to be utilizing a lot of these as you go forward. So remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. We'll get around to using a lot of these different websites and tools as we go forward. The main one you want to set up is your shop.com account. All right. If you need to change your checking account number, set it up for the first time, that's under my account settings, and direct deposit. That'll take you through just what we showed you before. So if you do need to change it, update it, that's where you're going to do it. All right. Set up on your auto renewal. It's the same thing. If you see under account settings, we're just going to scroll past direct deposit and go down to auto renewal options, and that'll allow you to opt in and change that. Okay. So very simple. Those are the few things you need to do. And honestly, it takes about 5 minutes to do those things, whether you do it through the wizard or whether you need to watch this video and do it through the manual method. That's going to tell you how to pretty much update all of your account settings. Most of it is under my account. That tab, you're going to be able to find access to all your personal settings and to get things up or changed once they're up. All right, so another thing I want you to do is part of the shopping annuity is taking all the money you are expending, your expenses in your life. You don't get paid, obviously, for spending money, I don't think, but now you're going to. And one of the biggest things that we have to do is we want to set up some automation of that. If you know you're buying certain products and laundry detergent and cleaning products or whatever, the more you can automate it, the more money you're going to make automatically. All right, so what they have is something called unfranchised auto ship. It starts within about 10 weeks of when you launch your business, and you want to have it updated at some point prior to that. At least I would always say a week or two prior to that date, and put the products that you need, that you figured out over 2 months that you want to use, and convert that over to income. We have to do that on a monthly basis, starting around 10 weeks into your business. So it just makes sense to set it up as you get close so that you don't forget or you don't get products you don't want. Just check your unfranchised auto ship under the ordering tab. It's going to tell you when your next order date, when that auto ship is set to order. Okay, and on there with a mentor, you can set up things like auto excess placement, anything over the minimum that the company has us do, you can have it go down to pay your partners. That's why it's so important to transfer your spending to earning, because guess not only do you get paid, guess who else gets paid? Your business partners. So we max this out as often as we can. And we're usually ordering weekly anyways, but this is a nice way to automate it. So just make sure you know the date, you tell your mentor, and you reach out to them and say, hey, my auto ship's coming up in 2-3 weeks. Can we set a time for you to show me how to update this? And you'll be able to identify the products on there. Once you take the assessment, this will be a piece of cake because it'll show you what products you should put on here anyways, okay? But make sure you have the date written down so it's not a surprise. Remembering something 10 weeks from now might be something you forget. So put it in your calendar a couple weeks before, contact your mentor and have that updated, okay? So for people that want to learn how the back office works or have a little tour, they actually have made a course for you. So under the Help and Training tab, under Online Trading and Course Catalog, you'll see 3 trainings. The one that's free is your unfranchised business account. So that's your back office. So it's a training on how to take you through this whole thing. Remember, don't try to get stuck on learning everything. We're going to use this back office as you build, as you start bringing on partners, as you place orders. You're going to learn it. I don't want you to necessarily stop this video and watch it right now. But over your course of your first 30 days, find a time, find an hour slot or whatever, and take some time to watch it. It'll educate you about some things that you may not know and get your head wrapped around all the tools that you have and what this back office can do. Okay, fair enough. So let's go forward. Lastly, so your unfranchise is set up. Now we want to set up your shopping site, logging in as a customer/owner for the first time. So you should be able to go to shop.com/your name. If your site is ready, I do want to caution you, if you just created it using the manual method, sometimes it takes 20 minutes before the site's live. So just be patient and it'll eventually appear. You'll know when it's live when you say your shop consultant is and your name's there, okay? On the top left, like you see my name's there, my wife and I's. So if it doesn't appear there, just wait. Wait 20 minutes or so, log back in, try your site again, and I guarantee it'll be up. All right, once it's up, you want to click sign in at the top right, then click the orange bar where it says sign in, and you're going to enter in the same method you use for the unfranchise, okay? It should log you in perfectly. Once you're logged in, you'll see your name, hello, whoever you are, and then it'll show a little cashback bank. If it's your first time logging in, obviously you don't have any cash back. But as you shop on here, you're going to have that accrue. If something happens where you can't log in, it's very easy. I'll go back to this slide. Click on forgot your password and allow you to reset your password. All right, so if that's an issue, normally the only time that's an issue is if you're going too fast and your site's not set up. All right, but it should be fine. Worst case scenario, if you still have trouble, contact your mentor and we'll be able to get you up and running without a problem, okay? So let me just simplify this going forward. Your unfranchise.com is for you to manage your business and also order the highest BV and IBV margin products at wholesale cost. So anytime you want to order your products, that's where you order from under the ordering tab. For everything else, the direct stores and the 3,500 plus partner stores we have, Home Depots, you know, those stores, you go and order on shop.com once you're signed in, okay? So those are the two. Think of it like you have 2 places to go. Your own products on the left, everyone else's products and your direct store products on the right. All right. Make sure if you haven't done so that you download Shop Buddy. It's very easy to find when you're logged into your shop.com site. You type it in the search bar. It's going to bring you to the page to explain exactly how to download it. That's the app that's going to track all your cashback purchases going forward so you never miss out on commissions for the things you got to buy. So congrats if you went through that. I know it was fairly quick, but you can review this video. It's second or third time. I'd recommend just playing it and pausing it and doing the activities right alongside with me. The next step you want to do is go directly to step 2. That's going to identify your reason why and their goal statement. If you have questions about the things you saw in here, please reach out. Always reach out. There is so much help available to you, but we don't know if you need help if you don't reach out. So make sure you do that and take time this week to watch the training videos on the back office when you get a chance. I would recommend you go through these 5 videos first. If you have a little bit of free time or something on the weekend or maybe even next week, take the time to look at your back office training. So that's all I got for you guys. I'll see you on training 2. Once again, congratulations.